Hi everyone, I'm so excited to finally be starting another travel album. So this is my one to Poland. So we went to Poland the very last weekend in August for 3 nights. We were supposed to go to Cornwall in the UK, but there was train strikes, which we were going to get train all the way down to Cornwall, which took about 7 or 8 hours. But we couldn't do that with the strikes because on certain strike days, certain ticket offices and stations close completely, so there's no trains running at all. Penzance was actually one of them, so we wouldn't have been able to get back. So we just called it quits. Basically, we didn't lose any money, luckily, because the cancellation on the accommodation was free. And we hadn't bought our train tickets yet anyway, so we didn't lose any money, but we did decide to go to Poland instead because obviously we had the time off. So we flew to Wrocław in Poland. This has been on my list for not too long, so I didn't really know about it, but when I started researching it, I was like, we have to go here, it looks so cool. And it just happened that it fell quite nicely with what we had, the days we off we had, the flights and everything like that. So yeah, we flew on the 30th of August and we came back on the 2nd of September, so it was just a quick break. So I've sorted out the photos into files basically, of how I'm going to sort it. So it's obviously got like accommodation, flights. There's a lot about the dwarfs, which is a big thing in this album. I don't know where they are, they're probably here. So there's loads of pictures that I printed out, very small. There's 8 on each 6x4. And they are just pictures of all the different dwarfs that are around the city that you can sort of take pictures and collect. So there's loads of them, and I wanted to number them and everything like that. So it's a little bit fiddly, this album, but I'm looking forward to doing it. So those are all the photos, and then obviously I've got a bag full of stuff that I've collected. So as you've seen, like boarding passes, maps, there's some really nice postcards. I've shown this one before, but this is one of my favourite ever postcards. So it is pronounced Wrocław, but obviously it looks like Wrocław, but it's Wrocław. But it's a really lovely place. Poland is so underrated. I've been to Krakow and now been to Wrocław, and I'd say it's one of my favourite countries in Europe. It's just so pretty and so underrated that they definitely want to go to another place in Poland. So yeah, we really enjoyed it. So that's all the stuff that I will be scrapbooking. It's going to go in a 12x12 because, as I said, there's other places in Poland that we'd like to go to. I do have an 8x8 sort of album that I can continue on. That's when I went to Krakow with my sister, but this album was just too big for it. There's too many photos. There is other places in Poland that we probably only go for a couple of days, and there might not be as many photos, so I can probably fill in the gaps there. But for this one, I wanted to do a 12x12. And I'm trying to incorporate a lot of my other albums into 12x12s now, rather than the smaller albums, because I like to do countries in one album, as many as I can. So you've seen my Italy one where I've got 3 trips in one album. I've invested in the bigger ring scrapbooks now, so I no longer go to Hobbycraft my albums, unfortunately, because the rings are just too small. This is the next size up. This is from the range, and they are slightly bigger. They're not as big as the one from the works, so I have a few of those as well, but this one's the one I got from the range, so I thought I'd use this one. And for this album, I'm going for greens, blues and golds, because it's the washi tape that sort of made my decision for me, which is under here. So these are the washi tapes that I'm going to use. So this is the one that sort of sold me really, because these are exactly how the houses look in Poland, and I loved it so much, and I thought that's the perfect sort of one for it. So I sort of adapted my other ones and all my colours to that washi tape. So I've got a dark green one, which obviously matches the greenhouse on that washi tape, and I've got a gold one. And the reason why I wanted gold alongside obviously the houses is because obviously the statues were like bronzed, the little dwarfs, so it makes sense to have like a gold in there to sort of represent those. So those are the washi tapes that I'm using. Ooh, there's not actually that much on this green one because I did use this for Canada, for the Jasper part of the Rockies, so there's not that much left on it, but I'm hoping to use that less and more of the gold. I'd have loads of gold shiny washi tape, so I can always get another one out. And I feel like I'm not going to use strips and strips of this. I'll use it in small doses because obviously it's quite a busy washi tape. So I think should be fine for this album. So those are the washi tapes. So those are the colours. So that's what I'm going for in this one. So then paper pad wise, I struggled a bit with this and I decided to go for this colour. So this is the Vintage Dream by Craft Sensations, and it's browns and blues because I thought I'd go with the blue house on this washi tape. So there's loads of darker blues on there. The wooden is absolutely fine, so that always goes with gold and everything like that, so I don't see that being an issue, but I'm hoping they sort of match a little bit, you know, so it goes with it. I just don't have just green paper or just blue paper, like it's always mixed with another colour, so I feel like this might be okay. We'll be fine with this one. But I did pull some of these 12 by 12 green ones from some other paper pads that I've got, so I did see a few more, so if worst case scenario I need some more, I can use those. But these are just some greens that I pulled that I feel like I'll be able to use in with my album. So those are those, and that's the album and the bits and pieces. So then my box full of stuff. So I've tried not to pull too much stuff out because I get a bit overwhelmed with how much stuff I do get out. So instead I've just pulled bits and pieces that I feel like I really am going to use. There's one exception to that, but I thought I'd try and be a bit more sensible with what I do. So I just picked out these gems. I've been trying to use these for a long time. I'm hoping to use the green and the gold. Obviously it just goes with the colours that I've got, so I just want to get these used up. These were a long strip. I've obviously cut them down. There's no longer reds or pinks on there. It's just the purples, blues, greens and golds, but if I can get rid of those, then at least it's cutting down the amount of gems on there. So this is the exception to the stickers. So the numbers for the dwarfs, I've in my head I've got in my mind that I'm gonna not bother making them uniform, so obviously I'll be numbering them 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, all them sort of things. And so I picked out as many black and white alphas as I could that I can use to number them. So I do also have these are an absolute mess, they're just everywhere. Some of them are really messy, but I'm hoping I can use some of these for the numbering of the dwarf. So there's just loads. So this is a bit excessive, but I can't remember how many we actually collected, so we'll see. I might even need more, and I might actually end up having to stamp some if I don't have enough. That's the only one I wanted gold because I wanted to use some for titles and stuff, so I'm not sure how many I can use of those. These are an absolute mess because they've just lost their stickiness, but I've managed to trap them inside the plastic sleeving. But there's loads of alphas and stuff in there. Obviously on the back sheet that's facing inwards there is all the numbers as well on there, but they're black and white. These are just black and white, they don't have any numbers, but I might be able to make something out of that. And again, still going with all these black and white ones. As I said before, I'm done with alpha stickers really, because I just end up with loads, and you can see how much of a mess they get in. I've got letters everywhere, so I'm just trying to get rid of them basically. I did pick out these blue ones though because I thought it's always quite nice to have a few different ones maybe, but they're all the numbered alpha stickers that I'm planning on using for this album and trying to number these dwarfs. So as I said, if I don't like it I might end up stamping them and making them uniform and all the same, but I want to try and use some of these numbers up and try and use some of these alphas up because I've got a box full of them. So those are those. Sticker wise, I wanted to start using these because I've got quite a few of these. These are the Recollection sticker books, and they're really lovely, and I don't forget about them, but it's almost, they're in a box on their own, and sometimes it's just, they're so perfect that I don't want to use them, but I have to get out of that. But this one is the Europe one, and it has some stickers, so that's got the Poland on there, and there's a few other ones. I'm sure there's another one on here that says Poland, yeah, that one there. So I wanted to use those, and then it's got a page full of gold geotags and planes, which is perfect. So as I said, wanted some gold in there, and there's a few more, so obviously I can use these, and obviously the darker blues and greens I can use as another Poland sticker there. A lot of them are all themed to the country. So there's a lot of London, Paris, Rome, all them sort of things. But they do actually have some alphas there as well, which are dark blue. So I won't be using any of these because obviously these are themed to other countries. But the golds and the dark blues I can definitely use for that. So yeah, a few little stickers in there. Then I've got one of my Craft Sensations one. I'm still trying to get through these. I'm trying to think what I decided to use. I think it was these ones at the back because I thought they were quite different. So these ones here, so they actually match the washi tape really nicely. I don't know if you can sort of compare those. So obviously the greens and the blues, and even those pinks, they match quite nicely. So I can use those as little accents. I love the little butterflies and stuff like that. So I thought I'd be able to use those because I didn't know where else I was going to use those, but they just match this colour tone really, really nicely. So I'm going to use those out of my sticker pack. There is some gold leaves and stuff like that, so I might be able to use those like lunch and, you know, them sort of things as well. So there's a few little bits and pieces in here that I can try and use. I'm trying to get through these as quickly as I can. Obviously they do last a long time because there's lots of stickers in there. Doesn't say how many stickers are in that one, but yeah. And then I did pick this out. I'm not sure how much I'm going to use this, but it's got a lot of dark blue in here. It's really, I've used it quite a bit actually, so there's bits everywhere, but there's quite a few. Even these, if I wanted some more note cards and stuff like that, it's always nice. But the main thing I think when I was flicking through this was these are like those, and the stickers behind. Yeah, so these dark blue stickers and the arrows and this strip here. So even if I just use those, they're quite nice as well, the darker blue, but even if I just use those, they're out. You know, it's just good to just use up little bits as you can. That's how you sort of get through things. It's very difficult to use up an entire set on one thing, so that's how you got to do it, little and often. So then other stickers, I've got these gold hearts that I got quite a few years back. They're just, yeah, 2 sheets of hearts. I'm not sure if there's another sheet in there if I've used, oh no, there's a full sheet behind it. So even if I just use the front sheet, that'll be good. Got lots of gold things. I don't get to use gold very often, so I'll be excited with using the gold. And then I have these ones. I used these in another album, and I can't think which one I used it for. Oh, Canada. I think it was in the Vancouver one, but I used 1 sheet. I wonder if I can hopefully use these other ones. It's just there's no red. I can use the blue and green, maybe the yellow, but the red is a little bit, maybe it will go. But yeah, so I just thought they matched quite nicely. And then the last things are these stickers from Neon Sheet, but I'm pretty sure they're Rosie Studio ones, just because they've got quite nice sort of little sentiments. I like this one, the little one that says together. These little blues and green ones. You know, it's just, as I said, it's good to use up little bits as you go. I like that one. Anything blue and green I'll be trying to use. Little trees, cute. So, and these hearts, there's loads of ones. So obviously you've got gold there, blue, greens, a load of blues and greens down here. So yeah, I should be able to use up those hearts, actually, all of those in some form. So yeah, those are the stickers. Then I picked out these labels. Obviously I've used those. I've still got these ones left. I don't know if I'm going to use those because they're pink, but I wanted these. These are actually, if I pick one off, they're actually like Bellamy, and I really like them because obviously they're lined so I can write on them, and yeah, they're just a bit different. So I'm going to use those as my journaling sort of pieces. They're obviously gridded in like a dark green, so that matches quite nicely as well. So I've had these for so long. As I said, I've used all those, but I've still got a few of these left. But yeah, cute. So I wanted to use those on that one. Stamps. I've got these 2 little gnome stamps I got from Temu. They do sell them on Scrapbook.com, but I found them on Temu when I was ordering something else. But they're so cute. The little gnomes. These ones are tiny. The only thing is I wanted a hole punch, like a circle punch that was going to go all the way around them, but I'm not sure if I'm going to find one in time to do that. If not, I'm going to have to cut it myself, which is a pain, but I just don't want them to stamp them individually, like, and cut them out individually. I'd rather like a circle around them, if that makes any sense. So I might pre-cut some circles for them, and these are slightly bigger ones, so there's a huge sticker in the way, so let's turn that round. But there, these are slightly bigger ones, but I love these because he's got a little heart and they're so cute. So yeah, cute little gnome. The reason why I bought them off Temu, obviously, one, I was buying other things, but two, I just don't think I'm going to use them much at all after this album, so I didn't want to pay an arm and a leg for them. And they were £2 on Temu, where there was like, I don't know, £7 or £8 on Scrapbook.com, so it just saved me a bit of money on that side. So that is that. Then I did want to use these vintage type lowercase. They're really cute, and I got these from Scrapbook.com, obviously, as you can see. And yeah, I wanted to use these for any sort of stamping that I might not have the alphas for, which is probably loads. But these are cute. I like the lowercase. I have the uppercase as well. For journaling aspects, I do have these cards, and I'm going to use just the lined ones, just blue lines. They're very, very simple, just revision cards I've got. I might be alright because obviously I've got those, the vellum pieces, but if I wanted anything bigger, then I'll use these. These are a bit more versatile. I'd rather use those more so than these ones first, so they're just like a backup just in case. Then some random little bits. So I've got this cute little geotag hole punch. Because I've got all those gold geotags in that sticker pack, I'm not sure how much I'm going to use this, but I always get it out just in case. And I'll probably, you know, hole punch a few. And then I have these random little frames that I had in my stash. I think these come from Paper Chase and Neon Sheep and all sorts. So just some navy frames. That one's just obviously the zigzag. That one's a weird shaped one that I can put in a smaller photo. It says take me back. And then just a normal navy one. So using little bits up. Little tags that have come out my label books. This is like a, I can't get that up, a navy little sort of oval that I can write little bits on. Again, just trying to use up little bits of my stash. Little by little, and I do feel like that I get through a lot of stuff when I'm looking through books and things. I'm like, oh, I have actually used things, so I feel like this is the way forward for me, rather than you know, always getting out a certain thing. It's just to go through everything and pick out little bits, and eventually it gets used up. So those are those. Then some other little travel tags. So these came from Paper Chase. I've used a few of these, but there is some left. So obviously got the little planes, little travel tags, and obviously the blues and green ones. And then the last things are these little houses, which are really cute. So I've got 10, I think, or it might be 12, but I've got 2 different types. Tried to sort of symbolise the houses of Wrocław, but this cute little church one and the cute little like double story one as well, because I thought they looked quite cute. So yeah, I've got quite a few of those. Obviously I couldn't get too many out because it does bulk up the album, but if I can use these ones up, that'd be great, because obviously it makes a dent in my wood veneers, which are growing because they're very popular nowadays. I find them a lot in the shops and things, so I do have quite a few. But yeah, so they're all the bits and pieces that I'm going to use for my Poland album, and I'm so excited to start getting back into my travel album, and as I said, making a dent in the 16 projects that I currently have lined up on my shelf to do. That will grow because I'm actually going away next week as well, but it's always good, as I said, to start moving on to other projects. So yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I'll be back with the album as soon as possible. Thank you very much. Bye.